There are places on Earth where the sky never fully opens, where sunlight is only a fleeting guest, and where life itself grows out of the mist. In these hidden highlands and cloud-wrapped forests, entire tribes have learned to breathe with the fog. To see in its shadows, to drink from its dew, and to call it home. For them, fog is not an obstacle, but a lifeline. It waters their crops, shields their villages, and whispers through their traditions like a living spirit. Children here grow up chasing shadows that drift like dreams, while elders read the language of the clouds as though it were scripture. These are the fog tribes, people who live where the earth touches the sky, where the familiar rules of life dissolve into vapor. Their stories are not just about survival, but about belonging, reminders that even in the thickest mist, humanity can find light, purpose, and beauty. Khasi. High in the hills of Meghalaya, the very name meaning the abode of clouds. The Khasi people awaken each day inside a world ruled by mist. Monsoon clouds crash into the Shillong Plateau like ocean waves, pouring more rain here than anywhere else on Earth. Villages rise from the fog, like lanterns glowing in twilight. Bamboo houses balanced on stilts, above ground that never truly dries. Paths vanish and reappear with every shift of the cloud, as if the land itself were breathing. For the Khasi, this is not a challenge to endure. It is a rhythm to belong to. The rain feeds their fields, the fog shapes their rituals, and the air itself feels alive with memory. For generations, the Khasi have learned to weave permanence from impermanence. They do not simply build bridges across roaring rivers, they grow them. From the roots of living fig trees, families guide branches across the water, until decades later, the bridge stands strong enough to carry a village. These are not structures of stone or steel, but of patience, of faith, of life itself. In bustling markets, Khasi women lead the trade, umbrellas blooming like flowers under sheets of rain. In sacred groves, fog drifts like incense, wrapping ancient trees that are revered as guardians of spirit. Even as roads carve through their mountains and modernity presses closer, the Khasi hold fast to the clouds. Because here, mist is not an obstacle. It is ancestry. It is breath. It is home. Quechua. In the towering Andes, the Quechua people live where earth and sky meet, in veils of drifting fog. Their ancestors, heirs of the Inca, carved terraces into mountainsides that vanish each morning into seas of white cloud. Here, potatoes, maize, and quinoa thrive, nourished not only by rain, but by the hidden water carried within the mist itself. At dawn, the valleys glow with soft silver light as Quechua farmers lead their llamas and buffalo across fields that shimmer like mirrors. Fog is both shield and sustenance. Softening the sun, feeding the soil, and protecting life at the roof of the world. But the Quechua do not see fog as simply weather. They see spirit. In hushed rituals, coca leaves are offered to the mountain gods, carried by vapor into the heavens. Festivals bloom with music that rises and dissolves into the clouded sky, echoes of flutes and drums entwining with the wind. Inside wooden homes, smoke curls through rafters and disappears into mist, carrying warmth and prayer into the unseen. Waorani. Deep in the Ecuadorian Amazon, where clouds gather low and forests breathe fog, the Waorani people move with the rhythm of vapor and rain. Their land is a labyrinth of rivers, wrapped in mist so thick it feels alive, curling around towering ceibo trees and drifting through endless green. Here, fog is not simply moisture. It is a blanket of protection, sheltering their homes and shielding the forest from the outside world. The Waorani live as hunters, hunter-gatherers and guardians of this cloud-wrapped jungle. Their every step echoing with the spirit of the mist. The fog is their compass, their healer, their shield. Shamans read its shifting patterns like scripture, seeking visions within its vapor. Bees are followed through fog-draped canopies to harvest honey. While fishers navigate rivers veiled in silver dawn. But the Waorani also face encroaching threats, oil roads and chainsaws that cut through the heart of their misty world. Yet, when the fog rolls thick and the forest hums with rain, their traditions endure, whispered songs, sacred hunts, and stories that drift like vapor into the next generation. Mentawai. Off the coast of Sumatra, the Mentawai people live in dense jungles where fog rises each morning from rivers and swamps, wrapping their homes in veils of white. They are keepers of harmony, guided by Arat Sabulungan, a belief that every tree, stone, and breath of wind carries spirit. Fog to them is more than weather. It is the breath of ancestors, drifting through the rainforest like unseen voices. Mentawai shamans, their bodies adorned with tattoos that tell stories of lineage, walk through the mist as bridges between worlds. They gather medicinal plants beaded with dew, chant prayers that rise with vapor, and teach that balance with nature is the essence of life. In long communal houses called Uma, families sit as fog curls around the posts, blurring the line between inside and out. Here, modernity presses slowly, but the mist endures, carrying with it the wisdom of a people who live not above the forest, but within its breath. Toraja. High in the Sulawesi highlands, the Toraja people live where valleys lie hidden beneath seas of fog. Their houses, with sweeping boat-shaped roofs, rise above the mist, like ships sailing through clouds. For the Toraja, fog is not emptiness. It is the realm of spirits. It veils sacred burial cliffs, conceals ancient tombs carved into rock, and drifts through funeral processions that are among the most elaborate on Earth. Here, life and death are inseparable, joined by the breath of cloud. The fog cloaks rice terraces that gleam with silver light, nourishes fields, and softens the mountains that guard their homeland. In the silence of the mist, Toraja rituals unfold. Buffalo sacrifices chants and dances that honor ancestors, carrying their souls into the hidden world beyond. Fog is their bridge, a veil that both shelters the living and guides the departed. Batak. On the island of Palawan, the Batak people dwell in highland forests, where fog rises each morning like a veil. Hunters move silently through mist-wrapped groves, gathering resin, honey, and fruit. While rivers hidden in cloud carry life through the valleys. The Batak see fog as spirit made visible, a bridge between the human world and the unseen. The Batak still hold fast to the fog, living lives of balance within its embrace. Kogi, high in Colombia's Sierra Nevada. The Kogi live in villages that seem to float inside the clouds. They call themselves elder brothers, guardians of balance between nature and humanity. For them, the fog is sacred breath, linking mountain, river, and spirit. Their rituals unfold in silence, broken only by wind and the rustle of vapor through palm-thatched roofs. The Kogi read the fog as others read scripture, watching its shifts to know when to plant, when to pray, when to heal. In the world's fast march toward destruction, the Kogi remain anchored in the cloud, keepers of wisdom the mist has carried for centuries. Yanesha. In Peru's Andean foothills, the Yanesha people live where forest and mountain meet in drifting fog. Their villages, perched above rivers, wake each dawn to curtains of mist that blur the horizon. Here, the fog nourishes coca and cassava, cloaks sacred groves, and whispers through rituals that honor both sun and cloud. For the Yanesha, fog is protector and guide, carrying prayers upward, hiding them from harm, and feeding the land with unseen water. Even as modern life edges closer, the Yanesha remain child. Across the highlands, forests, and hidden valleys, these fog tribes remind us that life can thrive even where the sun rarely shines. In every mist-shrouded path and cloud-wrapped home lies a story of strength, of people who do not just endure the fog, but embrace it as their way of being. As the world races toward modernity, their wisdom whispers back that true survival lies not in conquering nature, but in learning to live with it. If these journeys touched your heart, don't forget to subscribe to Tourport, where we continue to uncover the unseen corners and untold stories of our planet. Until our next adventure, keep wondering and keep your spirit open to the mysteries of this beautiful world.